Welcome back to the channel, to this mini series of how to be successful. This is part 4 and it talks about taking responsibility of your actions. As I'm sure you notice all the time, people keep blaming everyone else for everything that happens to them. If they're unhappy at work, it's their manager's fault because the manager didn't really train them properly, or the manager doesn't spend enough time with them, or the manager doesn't give them the right advice, or doesn't pat them on the back. And it's like over and over and over again. Or, oh, I don't get paid enough, or I don't know. So I could go on and on and on about a list of things that people moan about. In reality, most of the things that happen to us are somehow in our control and we can change it. For example, if you get a serious illness, you go to a doctor and have it treated. You don't just accept it and say, oh, it's happened to me. It's how God has done it, so I'm just going to put up with it. You go have it treated. So it's the same thing in your professional and everyday life. You need to take responsibility for your actions. If you're unhappy at work, you need to highlight it to the appropriate management in the right way, in a constructive way, and give them some options of how they can make your life better. Because they probably have 15, 20 people to worry about. They have to worry about reporting to their managers. They have to worry about their own career and life and their own responsibilities. So they can't read your mind. You could stay there like a petulant child and keep complaining in your own head and to your friends, and nothing will change. You'll get miserable and you'll leave. And then the next thing happens again, because the next job will have the same issues and circumstances. So the reality is the world can't fix you. You have to fix yourself, and you have to help others help you. So taking responsibility of your actions also means the things that you're unhappy with, you are the one who can influence the change. If you are unhappy with the job that you're in and it doesn't pay you enough money, no one's gonna come and say, oh, you're so amazing, I'm gonna give you more money to make you happy. You have to go out and say, right, what can I do that will pay me more money and give me the happiness that I need, and find it. Because that's the reality of the world. If you're going to break out of this miserable life that you are currently experiencing, only you can do it. Back to the physical health, medical health thing. If you don't tell your doctor that you are ill and you have a headache and that you want to be helped, they can't help you. You can just go and sit there quietly and hold out your hands and say, check me, I'm ill, read my mind. 9 times out of 10, they can't help you. So you have to allow people to help you. And in your professional life, you have to find people who will help you and take their advice. You can apply it or not apply it, that's your decision, but listen to people with experience. I find this a very common theme these days. I come across many young people who have a lot of ambition, and they look at my life or someone else's life, then they assume that everything was easy and that everything happened in a year or 2. They don't realize that my life isn't from the last 2 years. This is the last 20, 25 years of me doing certain things in a certain way. And when you give them a certain advice that is based on your experience, they don't really want to believe it. So, and also if you're one of those people, you can switch off and go back to your PlayStation or whatever YouTube videos you watch, or TikTok or Instagram, or whatever keeps you occupied and makes you stick your head in the sand and makes you feel comfortable that the world is a bad place and somehow it will magically change. It's not for you. So, but if you're the other 3% of the population, here is some advice for you. What you need to do is think about what kind of people do you need to surround yourself with, and how can they help you be the version that you want to be? So sacrificing a few things in your present for a better future is very important. If you don't have a lot of money, don't waste whatever you have. Don't give yourself those little presents that you think, oh, because my life is so miserable, I'm unhappy, I'm going to buy myself this expensive cream that will make me feel good, or I'm going to go out have this expensive meal, because all of those little things are just sugar rushes. They're not helping. In reality, I would say save your money. Think of what you can do with that money saved over 12 months rather than doing these little things. If you spend, I don't know, 20, 30 pounds or 20, 30 dollars on a meal or a face cream, or I don't know what people buy these days to make themselves feel better, but all these little things, they mean nothing, they disappear. But if you save that 20, 30 dollars a week, after 6 months, you now have the ability to give yourself a nice little holiday somewhere, maybe go away for a weekend, maybe buy yourself a nice watch, a nice piece of clothing, something that will stay with you and provide you long-term happiness instead of a short-term blip. And that's very, very important. Thinking of the long term and your future self is very important. People will constantly tell you, oh, enjoy life, life is here and now. Yes, I agree with that. Life is here and now, but there is a balance as to how much enjoyment you should have and how much work you should do if you want to achieve certain things. I know so many people who haven't achieved anything in their life, and I have known them for, I don't know, the last 25, 30 years, and I know they'll never achieve anything in their life because they don't have the desire. And it's okay to be one of those people, but then don't envy those who have success. Don't be jealous of them because they have sacrificed their time and their life to get what you don't have. And therefore, it's not a competition and it's not your place to judge them. Everything in life requires a certain sacrifice. If you look at athletes, for example, they sacrifice what they eat, their diet, their time, the amount of effort they put in doing the practice, the exercises, living a healthy life, all those things because they have certain goals to achieve. So that applies to you. If you work in a shop, you work in a cafe and you want to open your own cafe, there are certain things you need to do. There is a practice you need to do. There is a planning you need to do. There are a number of things you need to do. And you have to compete against all the others who want to open a cafe. It's just like being an athlete. That one individual is working hard, eating healthy, exercising, and preparing. But there are tons of others out there who are doing exactly the same. And not everyone is going to win. So you have to remember that the stuff that you are doing, there are other people doing it as well. Whoever does it better wins. And it's important to pick and choose what you are going to do that you will be good at so you can actually win. There's nothing worse than choosing something that you don't like and you're unhappy with, and then getting to the mark and finding out that you've failed. And it's not because you're incapable, it's just a matter of the wrong choice. Unfortunately, I can't help you make the right choice because I don't know you. But you know yourself better than anyone else. And you need to have these conversations with yourself, not with your friends or family, not with your teachers. You need to talk to yourself and figure out who you are, what you want to be. Only you can tell the truth to yourself. Thank you for watching once again. More videos to come, and I hope these videos are of some use to you.